Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5 Episode 54 with me, Sid, and I'm down in this hole. I have got thoroughly bored of mining coal. I have got an awful lot of it. There's loads left, so I'm going to leave it marked on the map, and we are going to continue our journey. So we're going to head down here and then across and unveil all of this area, I hope. I would like to find some kimberlite. This is not the right place for kimberlite. We need to be in, I believe it's gabbro, I think is the rock we need for kimberlite. And I'm not entirely sure whether I've seen it. It's a lot easier to figure out whether you've seen it when you get back to your base and you realise that you've actually got some. Because if you've got some, that means you've mined it, which means you've definitely got some. So, yeah. But heading south, not entirely sure what we're going to find as we head that direction. I'm just going to have a look at this pile of rock over here because, you know, as everybody knows, big mountains mean exposed doors mean easy stuff to find, and I'm not. That's just Cinnabar, the Thorncraft version, of course, not the good stuff that we want. So we're going to carry on this way. It's about midday. I made a little bit more food, and everything's looking pretty good, really. The new pick is going pretty good, and yeah, I've not really had a major impact on the durability, which is, I suppose, a good thing. So yeah, that's the plan. Now, I know wandery, chatty, talky episodes are not to everybody's cup of tea, and if they're not, then I apologise, but they are also other people's cups of tea. Or coffee, you know, take your pick. I drink both. I have become a bit of a tea drinker recently as well as coffee, so yeah, that's the thing. B. Surface coal. Again, I will probably never come out here, but the fact that there is surface coal here, if I ever really get stuck for coal and want some, then you know, it would be kind of wrong not to, wouldn't it? And that's handy. So I was actually getting a little. Oh, okay, fine. We had a little bit of lag going on there by the looks of things. Anyways, yeah, so plot today, continue on. I'm umming and ahhing. I know I've got more of those hazelnut trees closer to home, so that's, I don't know whether I've got any oat seeds, so let's have some. Doesn't matter that it's not ripe, the seeds will do fine. Just means I can have a bit of porridge in the morning. I'm not actually personally a porridge fan. Oh, hello. What have we got? Nothing by the looks of it. A little bit of bauxite up there, but again, I'm not going to worry about it. Main thing is making sure that we get to a good position far enough down that when we go across, I'm going to go a little bit further and I'm going to start to heading east, because, you know, that's what we need. We'll put a B iron question mark on the map there, just in case we ever want that, and we shall continue on with our adventures. I'll see you again in a little while when either something interesting happens or I die, or whichever. That's a squash, it's probably not mature. Yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, we're over here. There's a bear over there. We'll avoid him, even though we can deal with bears. We don't necessarily want to have to kill everyone. But we have hit a nice mountain range, and mountain ranges equals exposed doors. So, again, if we have to deal with bad news bear, we will do, because we are the bear in it. Sorry. I don't know whether I've got a lemon sapling, but I will have in a minute. I'll also have some lemons. You know, that's what they say about when life gives you lemons. Yeah. Don't make lemonade, just get on with it, and maybe I don't know how close that bloody bear is. I don't think he's on the other side of the ridge. But, I mean, I don't really want to have to deal with a bad news bear. If I can avoid having to deal with a bad news bear, because they're bad news. Hence the name. You know, if they were good news bears, then I would have called them good news bears, wouldn't I? But no, I called them bad news bears, and that was for a reason. Okay, and there's a little bit more there. And I think that should do us, and we'll just see if we can't get a sapling or two. Just the one, but it doesn't matter. We have lemons. Right, let's carry on. I did see some ore, or what looked like ores from a distance, so we shall have a good look around. That's obviously not ore, that is clay, and of very little real interest. Still in shale country, so we're not anywhere that we've any potential chance of finding thing. That is coal. Yeah, surface coal again. I'm not gonna surface coal. Bang, save, and done. What's that? Oh, and there is a trace of gold in the area by the look of it as well. Okay, not bad. I do like it when you find a nice hillside. A nice hillside can be really beneficial. There's something over there as well, and there is something there, which I'm not sure whether I can get close. Gypsum, useless, as the tooltip tells you. That's a shame. What's that over there? And how close are we to the bad news bear? Well, I'm not going to let it spoil my day. This is quartz question mark as well. That's more gypsum. What you got over there? That is bauxite. That is a zombie. And that is way too far up for me to even have a chance of figuring out what the hell it is from here. Unless this... Oh, apple tree. I have no idea what that is. And I've got no easy means of getting it. Oh, let me just... We'll remedy that, of course. We will have an easy means of getting up there in a moment. Like this. Bang. And then we shall... No, I'll not saw it with a bowl of salad. As much as I would love to be able to saw things up with a bowl of salad. There we go. That should be enough. We've got time. That skeleton's plenty far enough away. Selenite, okay. Again, mainly useless. Well, I think next... Oh, where's he going? Stay away from me, matey. Next thing then is that apples or plums? That looks like it might be plums, actually. It is plums. Lovely. Always used to be a favourite time of the year for me, the summer, because it was, you know, growing up in the country, it was so associated with everything being ripe, and you get the plums off the plum tree, and you know, apples off your apple tree. You go, and a thing, and I don't know how, whether this is just a British thing and certainly a generational thing. I don't know that much for certain. But scrumping, you go and any farmer who owned an orchard, they were fair game. Do you mind? I'm talking. Yeah, you'd go and you'd sneak out in the at night, and well, not night, you know, like early evening, just as it's getting dark, and you'd sneak into old Farmer Giles's orchard and steal apples and then go and hide somewhere and eat them, and they were invariably not quite ripe, and they were invariably would give you really bad stomachache. But they were also some of the best tasting apples and fruit that you ever got. Apples and pears, they were the ones that we always had around us. Bad news bear over there. We've hit bear country, haven't we? Okay. Not a problem. I can take the bear. I can kill the bear, no problem. If I could see the bear anyway, I could. Because I've got this, and this will... Let's see if we can't... Where? Oh, where are you, Mr. Bear? I'm practically on... Oh, I see you, sir. Nope. And... Damn it. Dead bear. Right. So that's why I couldn't see him, because he kept falling down there. In there. Well, we got some experience. Where is the bear? Where's the bear remains? Where are the bare necessities? Here we go. Don't want the suet. Don't want the bones. Okay, well, we have conquered bear again. So all that remains now, I'm not really getting a good vibe from this area, so I'm going to keep on going. We are actually a little bit north of where we want to be, so we'll head south a little bit, I suppose. Go and find ourselves somewhere to... Actually, it's getting on a bit. We'll just spend the night here, I think. Bang, and we need to scoff some grub. But yeah, we're trogging along, and the world is treating us reasonably well. So I'll be back in a bit. What I found down here. Oh, hello. Right, now this is actually a fairly unsafe place, but I am not leaving. Certainly having that, and certainly having that one and that one as well. So we're going to have a good hunt around, make sure that we get as much of this as possible. Oh god, this makes me very nervous though. Look at that cave. I'll take those 5. I don't think I'm feeling that bright. Oh god, there's so much of it. Oh dear. Problem is there's definitely zombies down there. I've got this, which yes, okay. I'm gonna just try something. Wee. Oh wow. that is so depressingly rich and full of good rich things that I just want. I mean, at the moment it's just zombies, he says. Oh god, that was nearly one error too far. Let's just... Yeah, we've got company coming. But if I can mine a little bit between zombies, because I mean, I could take zombies. They're not that problematic. Ow. Except when they hit you. That will. There's another one who's just taken a flying leap. Look at all this redstone. Oh wow, we've got so much badness incoming. Where's he coming from? He's behind me. Apologies for the engine noise around the outside. It's quite a warm day here in the good old of England, and when it's warm we have to get the windows open. Let's not be too greedy about it. If I get greedy, what's going to happen is I'm going to get swarmed and struggle to get out of here alive. Like here, so here we go. Another one coming in, and ow! Stop it! At least you're not hurting me that badly. There's at least one more over that way, I think. That's fine. As long as they're over there and not here. Hello. Plus it's 3 levels, isn't it? Right, that seems to feel somewhat safer. Only somewhat safer, but still safer than I felt. I'm going to regret this, I know I am. They're practically behind me. I can feel them skeletons looking at me. But let's see just how brave I'm feeling, shall we? The answer is not very. I'm going to grab as much of this as I can, and I shall be right back with you. That's what you get when you try to get clever climbing out of a place. Well, at least we can do that, which is a plus. And then we need to do that, which is going to be embarrassingly hard to recover from. Oh crap, this really is not a good place to be doing this, is it? Yeah, I was trying to ladder out and it really didn't work very well. Let me sort myself out quickly and I will be back. Well, I made it out. It was night time by the time I got out, so this is still not a safe place to be. But yeah, we survived that barely. I'm going to have to stick that in there. That's another death. And then we need to start sorting myself back out, which is easier said than done. That goes back in there, that goes back in there, that's up there. So yeah, I just need to basically figure out what I need, what is in my inventory here that should be out of my inventory, and ooh, got a oh no, that's, yeah, okay. I was like, ooh, got a free thing, and then it's like, actually no you didn't, they were in your inventory. Okay, anyway, let me just sort myself out and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, I think I'm back to where I need to be. I'm just recovering my health slowly. I am going to mark this I'm going to put this down as cave redstone. That should let me know that it's there. I have hidden the death marker. I have not deleted it. I thought it'd be more entertaining to keep the death markers on. Sure, might as well be wrong not to. Oh god, yeah, hang on. that needs to go away, doesn't it? Anything else in that lot that we don't need out right now? Oh, the boat, yeah. And that. Yeah, so embarrassing, but it is one of those things that happens, and therefore I'm not going to worry too much about it, because, you know, it's second death of the season. Now, I've watched other people do TerraFirmaCraft. I know how many times people die. I don't die half as much as many people do. And I'm kind of proud of that. That's one of my, I think that's one of my things is, you know, I jokingly say that dying will put a crimp on your day, but it genuinely, I don't like death. This at least has a back command, so we can get back to where we can teleport back to where we died, which I am in two minds about, but it is what it is. It's what we got, and it's in the pack, so I'm going to assume, because it was in the pack, it was meant to be used. I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable. And yeah, but this is not a very nice area at all. So going to carry on going, and I might have a good look at that up there while we're walking. But I will be back in a bit. Is that what I think it is over there? I don't really. I realise that there. Is that cobalt? If that is cobalt, that is coming back with us. It's either cobalt or lapis. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether we can use the fortune upgrade on Tinker's picks, because the lapis in this is not vanilla lapis, and the Tinker's modifiers seem to be very much tied. Oh, hello. Mining level manually. You should be able to mine that. I think. I don't think I can mine that. Interesting. Right, B. Surface cobalt. Well, I would have preferred to take it with me, but I'm not going to small cobalt. Oh, hang on then. Whether I can find enough. Those should be 10 units. Now, if I can get enough for an ingot, I might be able to make a cobalt pick head. If I can get enough for a thing. Oh, it's a big if. It's a big ask, actually, to find in one area. Right, I suppose, well, the only way to find out is to see whether we can. I'm not going anywhere in a rush, so... And if there is any more of those little nuggets to find, they may be up on the top here, because it's not overly... oh, that's not a good way to go. Hup. Hup. I'm going to try not to die this time, because, you know, once an episode is enough in my experience. And we see any little nuggies of cobalt down there? I don't think we can. I think we're going to have to look kind of that direction if we're going to do that. Alright, well, I'll have a little hunt around, but I'm not hopeful, and I shall be back in a mo. Alright, we are nearly back home, and we're coming via this way, not for this. One day we will go in here, and we will definitely be utilizing this to our advantage. Now I wanted to come over to something else over this way, which I've been avoiding, and I will continue to avoid somewhat. So a couple of comments have come in from various people. One was that you can get vanilla furnaces from the roguelike dungeons. Yeah, that's a big old leap for a vanilla furnace. These things are bloody lethal. I mean, they are bad enough in they're bad enough in vanilla, and given that this is not vanilla, obviously, because you wouldn't be watching if it, well, you might be watching if it was vanilla, but you wouldn't be watching me play this particular game. You'd be watching me play vanilla Minecraft, which is a very different beastie. And the big old difference between this and vanilla Minecraft, one of the huge differences is health regeneration. It takes ages in this. You don't sit there ticking up. You have to regenerate over time. So one particularly nasty fight with a zombie, one unpleasant, duel with a skeleton sniper, and you are out of the action. You're going to be having to retreat out the thing, wait a day or so while you recuperate, come back and try all over again. And of course torches go out. So how the hell do you light something like this up? Now there's a couple of there are options. Obviously there's Ignis, oh god, what the hell is it called? I can't think what it's called now. But you know what I mean, stuff from TerraFirmaCraft, the light essence thing. So there's that is an option, but again that's quite expensive to make, and it's an awful lot of work just to light a place up. And now the other one would be jack-o'-lanterns or glowstone, both very expensive in this, and both well, jack-o'-lantern's not expensive but time consuming, and of course the other options expensive. Glowstone is not something it spawns naturally, so we're going to have to go and find somewhere to get that from, and all the good things that go with that. So again, glowstone not really a solution. So how do you take on a roguelike dungeon? Well, I have some ideas. I'm not going to share them because I'd like to see if any of you guys come up with any of the same ideas. But the first one I will share with you is this, which is to strip the top level of the roguelike away, so there is actually no point where hostile mobs can spawn above you, because what you don't want is to be working down in a roguelike in the depths of the dungeon and be having to fight not only the mobs that are attacking you from beneath, but also ones that are dropping on your head. It's gonna get old really quickly. And of course the other benefit here is, look, this thing is just absolutely masses and masses of building resource. They're all wood, none of them are overly exciting building resources, but I don't have a lot of this. Well, I have hickory, but I don't have it in vast quantities, so that's always nice, isn't it? Just come and strip the thing down for parts and take it from there. So you get that, you get the bonus. Now if you recall last season with the big barns, we really exploited those quite mercilessly, if I'm brutally honest with myself. But that doesn't mean to say we can't do the same here. I've got to remember that I can't walk on leaves. This is my one of my utter bugbears with playing TFC now, is when I switch between a vanilla or a modded pack that's more vanilla related and TFC, is remembering that I can't walk on leaves. I hate to think how many times I've jumped on a leaf block and ended up taking damage. More times than I care to remember, I think, is probably the fairest description there. What we should actually do, I think, is maybe... Oh, we also need to... Can I do that? No, I can't. Okay. Not with those anyway. We should probably try and just get down and position, or at least get rid of some of this stuff, so we can pop this down and basically stash some of these blocks away. We can go and grab a bit more, and you know, don't want to waste it, don't want to fall down the holes, don't want to kill myself around here. But yeah, this is probably the easier way to render this a little bit more neutral than it currently is. So there's another 32 each of those. Yeah. Now, once you've got this down, the next thing, of course, is to start working into the depth of the dungeon. And as I say, I have got an idea for that. But if you've got any ideas, tricks that we can use to work into the dungeon and, you know, make it safe in such a way that we are, I won't say breaking the system, because we're not breaking the system. We are merely utilizing the rules to our advantage, which is what most of us do with this game anyway. It's all about rule exploitation, game theory, if you like. Well, it isn't if you like, it is game theory. Min-maxing the hell out of the thing. But yeah, this is probably as good a time as any. I should probably have taken a screenshot of my death, but what I will probably do is just take a shot of my extra head on the wall. I think that will tell an adequate story. And yeah, we'll take that from there. Suggestions on a postcard? Well, not on a postcard, in the comment section is probably fine. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon, and bye for now.